waiting on you. Yeah.
I didn't want to be the first. I'm not an alcoholic or anything. You know.
You got the Irish virus.
I think it skips a generation. I think.
Welcome back, everyone. It's another beautiful. Actually, it's not. I lied.
Kind of
I don't even know why I said that. It's terrible out there.
I do like. I mean, I don't know. Some days those are the days that you catch the biggest fish.
That's true. That is
Some
true.
cool shit happens. Like I don't know. You know.
They don't come up with the term fair weather fisherman for no reason. So.
Well, I was one today.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. I was going to try to stop up and catch something, but it's all good. I wasn't going to stand out there to get wet. I could have. I had my raincoat, but
yeah,
that's life.
What are you going to do? Hey, anyways, 412-613-1116 is Yin's Boys hotline. Call, text, obviously email us, therealyinsboys.com.
We're kind of temporarily banned on TikTok at the moment.
We sure are for the second fucking time.
Yeah. I mean, sure, somebody reported us or something, but it's fine. We'll figure it out, you know. But I think we're still going to try to go live tonight.
Yeah,
that's the goal.
I
don't know what we're going to do.
I think last week
it worked last week when we were banned.
We had a little bit of engagement too, which is pretty cool. So if we were banned, then
fuck Joe Biden.
Whoever, yeah. There's a handful of folks that were.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, but that's cool. It's that's kind of our demographic to some degree.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get it. I mean, and I can't really disagree with the statement. I'm not really one-sided sort of politician, political lover.
No, because they're all the same. It's all the same shit. But
I can't disagree with the sentiment, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, come on. We got a couple things on the docket here today. We've been trying to do better about a little bit of production.
Organization.
Yeah.
We're still kind of off. I don't know.
We're only a year and a half in or whatever. Right? Give us another year and a half or two.
It's been a year and like a month, maybe.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I thought it was more than that. Well, give us another year.
It's irregardless.
The first topic I saw today sent to my docket board.
Oh, well, hold on. Listen. I didn't send you anything.
I didn't say you did. I said that it was sent.
It was sent by who?
I don't know. I can't tell you that. A reliable source.
It wasn't Diddy, was it?
Well, that's not what we're talking about, but we will.
We're going to get into that. Though. There's a lot of shit to talk about, actually. But this is local story.
Yeah. Headline is Pittsburgh rideshare driver assaulted.
Can I just lay the groundwork for the people instead of you going directly for the headline? It's like
I think it's easier to go directly for the headline.
Foreplay, dude.
That's fine.
The listeners it's the creeps need that. Anyway, so our daughter podcast, Off the Jaw podcast.
Oh yeah,
they talked about this. I think we talked about it too, but we didn't really make a big deal out of it. It's kind of like it's just the city doesn't have the money or the recruits to staff the police these hours. So long story short, this is a prime example of some Uber driver getting assaulted, quote unquote. And the police just not coming. Like, yeah, the perpetrator, like, he was there, but he's sort of like away from you now. Like,
we can't be bothered by it.
Yeah, we can't be bothered to try to catch the dude that's like standing right there that assaulted you.
Yeah, come down to the station, write a report, and we'll see if we can find him.
No, we transferred you to the hotline.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it a hotline?
There's like 12 people working the phones, essentially.
Very cool. That's a lot of people working the phones.
So it's one of those things. Like I feel like the police are like, why am I paying taxes? Number one, that's the biggest thing for me. Like my taxes didn't go down because
I mean, they go to the roads. They do well for bridges, and all that.
I don't want to talk about.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to segue that.
Sour subject.
Yeah.
In some rounds, but technically. If you follow the sports ball stuff, the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens are like some of the biggest rivals.
They are, yeah.
East Coast rivalries. Not that, I mean, like I said, they're trying to steal our thunder with the bridge thing, but like we are the city of bridges. I didn't want to have to say it, but anyways,
should be well known.
So just standard, just the shitty is going to shit. This is welcome to this is how it's going to be now. If you live in the city, it's just going to suck. Like, sorry about that. We can't really do anything about that.
Can't help you. What was the actual, what happened?
It was just some altercation between somebody in their Uber, and they hit them and like threw some shit at them. Like, it's really not a big deal. Like, nobody was fucking like bashed up or anything like that or blasted, you know. But just a standard, like, this is a legitimate assault. Even if I like socked you in the face versus like roughing you up a little bit and throwing some shit at you, it's the same charge. You're not going to get the same, obviously, when a judge looks at it, but same sentence, but it's the same charge.
More or less to prove here that they're just the cops.
And no,
They're
it's not,
following through. They're just not. They're not going to answer.
no, it's just this is the city is literally, they don't have enough money and they don't have the staff because nobody wants to be a fucking cop because you're under so much scrutiny and shit, and it's a shitty job. You can get blasted for like
Of course, yeah.
the dumbest. Like, it's just I mean,
I have to say, you know, I have
it's
a lot
not
of.
worth. It's not worth the pay, is what I'm saying.
I have a lot of disdain as a whole for law enforcement. And I just mean that in a generalization, but at the end of the day, it's a very tough job.
I wouldn't say disdain. I mean,
I don't know, man. Like I might actually agree with it. Only
well,
because
I think we need the police.
we have to have it. We have to have it, but it just seems now more than ever that there's not enough accountability for them. And I keep beating a dead horse every time I bring this up on episodes.
Well,
but,
yeah. I mean,
you got to have them, and they have a hard job. I'm not going to disagree. They have a hard job to do it. I don't want to do it.
They should get paid more money, but they
Of course.
need to be held to a higher standard.
That's all. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'll never discredit, even though I have disdain, I'll never discredit the effort that has to go into that job on a day-to-day basis. And no, very well, like, you may not come home on a regular basis with that type of job.
Even, I mean, anybody driving a car, it's the same
That's
thing.
true. Yeah,
From a risk perspective.
But let's look at it.
yeah,
They're driving a car, and,
and they're pursuing criminals or what? Well, not between the hours of 3 and 7.
yeah,
in the city of Pittsburgh, but everywhere else, basically, yeah, so kind of, unless you're like a migrant or something like that, then they're gonna arrest you and let you, just.
Well, they might give you a debit card with $2,000 on it or something.
Well, it's like $500 a month or $1,500. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
we actually are a sanctuary city here in the city of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that's what I hear. Not in the city that I'm currently in.
Well, I mean, you technically don't live in the city. Yeah.
I don't. No. I have a lot of goings in with the city.
Well, yeah, you're kind of intimate with the city, but
Very intimate with it, but no,
you don't really. It's like
I separate it entirely.
Ken doesn't know where the clitoris of the city is what.
I know exactly where
he
it
does
is.
not.
It's. Do you want to say where it is?
So that's our local story.
Southside's the clitoris of the city.
The South Side is the shittiest part of the.
Oh, that's probably the butthole, I guess.
I'm telling you, people get blasted down there all the time now.
Well, I do know that.
So much that like it's crazy the amount of police that they put down there. They're putting a substation down there now.
Well, Rivers Casino is probably then the clitoris of the city.
For me, yeah.
We should go down again.
Maybe some of the strip clubs downtown too.
There used to be a really cool place. It's gone now on Liberty Avenue called Their Ultra Lounge.
That was like Ken's strip club. When it was what was it? It was a drag show night. Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun.
Good time.
I'm straight as an arrow, but
I don't want
a lot of fun.
We should. I want to tell the story, but not yet. We need.
Yeah, we'll wait. Yeah, we can wait.
We get your wife here because she was technically part of that night, but
Sure.
The aftermath is what she got to deal with.
Oh my, yeah, it's bad. I don't want to derail us too far either. Look at this, but look at these though.
Oh, I was going to bring that up.
They're not for sale. I just want to let you know how much we like them.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm repping. I don't know about you. You're kind of.
Wow, I'm repping this.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we're talking pieces of flair, you're kind of lacking. I mean, the minimum is 2.
No, I got this, dude.
The minimum is 2, but it kind of just shows the listeners you don't really put any effort in.
I don't.
Because you didn't change the soundboard. Because I was about to really hit you. Hold on, everybody. Hold on, 1 second. 1 second. Did you do it?
I don't know. There it is.
I was gonna hit you with one of those, but I couldn't because he's just lacking flair.
Cool, man.
Anyways, yeah, we got some hook and loop. Name tags for the boys. Just to put them on your jacket, your plate carrier, whatever, your helmet.
It's so that people know.
Just for fun.
We're a militia.
No, you can't say that. Cut that. Cut that.
It's a joke. I'm not cutting it.
If we go into our next story, you'll understand why. I don't think you can say that.
I don't even know what the next story. Are we ready for the next story?
Oh yeah, we've moved on. I've moved past. You're still stuck on it.
Kamala Harris.
So, the federal government just created a new, I don't know if it's a task force or I don't know exactly what it is, but it's a group that's essentially, this is a national red flag law database and like center essentially for the government. So to flag individuals who, yeah, we're going to red flag you. You're a threat to yourself or the people around you because you own guns. So yeah, we're gonna naturally do that and take your guns away from you. But it's due process will go through the courts, and then they'll deem that yes, you are in fact unfit.
Sure doesn't
to
seem
own
like
a gun.
Sure doesn't seem like due process.
Oh, there's plenty of due process once you're convicted.
Oh,
that's when the due process starts.
Well, then absolutely we can't say those type of things.
What I'm saying is, so now obviously, I think gun control is really. I mean, the Second Amendment is why we have the ability to have the First Amendment, which is the most important amendment. Let's be real; they're both equally important. You can't have one without the other.
I mean, I can, but
yeah. Anyways, it's the slow erosion of your rights here. It's just, and my tax dollars are paying for it.
And well, if I may chime in,
go ahead.
Anytime someone is limiting speech,
any right is, everybody should be pissed about it.
Yes, I'm not. This is a bipartisan problem.
Everybody has these rights. It's the Bill of Rights.
You can't be. You should not be punished for words that come out of your mouth. I mean, the only thing I know right now that makes it illegal is incitement of
violence or like fire in a movie theater. Like that's you're inciting panic or violence. Yes,
but
that's open to interpretation. But I think it's pretty cut. The reasonable person clause is. Does a reasonable person believe that was okay or not okay? And that's the test. And I think most people are pretty reasonable when it comes to that.
Yeah, I think so too.
But not everybody. Not nowadays.
I defend even the person that says off-color things.
Oh,
because,
I encourage that, because then I know who you are. Like it's instead of you trying to hide, like, okay, say somebody is prejudiced, like instead of hiding that, and then I don't know. It's very well aware. Like people can start distancing themselves. Like it would be better for everybody.
What if I made a friendship with someone, but they were so worried about, their prejudiced beliefs or whatever. And then I finally find out 6 months into my friendship and I wasted my time. So I don't want to hang out with that dude that I'm uncomfortable because of his personal beliefs.
That's what I'm saying. It's you can believe whatever you want. And that's the beauty of it. But not everybody has to agree with you.
That's all. Yeah, and actually, there's a beauty in that too.
That's what America is all about. It's the freedom to believe what you want to believe.
If there were 330 million in the United States of me running around, we're all going to kill ourselves. We're all going to kill ourselves.
Nasty guy. That's one of these. The future is not bright there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just, standard erosion of your rights before Joe Biden is probably going to be elected again.
And what happened, I will say that in the same line of thinking is this, the Democratic left, right, or even the liberal left, they were always the people against this sort of...
The classic liberal is for individual rights, liberties, and freedoms, like almost libertarian.
Almost, yeah.
Was I think the classic liberal, but they were also a little more socialist from the standpoint of like.
This is true, yeah.
But I also kind of agree with that to some degree. You need a social net of some sort.
Well, yeah, like I want Social Security, right? If I'm paying taxes,
I don't. Social Security, the government's robbing you, by the way. If you guys didn't know that,
I want a real Social Security. What I'm saying, I want a Social Security system that works.
Yeah, no, the government is taking your money, and then gambling with it.
Oh yeah,
and then paying out a very small. It's a loan that you're giving the government.
Yeah,
and they're making all the money and interest, but you're just paying into it for nothing.
Yeah, well, some people aren't,
and
because
we're not going to.
Yeah,
see,
we're not
going to see that money. Just FYI, everybody under the age of like probably 50 right now, probably not going to see that money. Maybe 45.
Yeah.
We'll call it 40. Everybody over the age of 40, congrats. Good for you. But for me and you, we're fucked.
Yeah, we are fucked. My point...
From that perspective. But I know it's coming. That's the thing about the truth and being able to...
So we can prepare for that. But my point being is that a social safety
net.
Like, yeah, it should be there.
It's-
And one of the
it's
and
neat.
Social Security is one of those things that how it was designed to protect your citizens.
No, it was not designed that way. That's how it was pitched. That's how it was sold.
Ah.
We can get it because we can do a whole podcast.
Well, I don't want to get into it too far. Let me just stop by saying I still
was
think
the
there needs
idea.
to be some sort of social safety net for the citizens.
Absolutely.
For us paying our taxes and our slaving away our lives for this fucking country, there should be something in it for us. And that's the socialist in me, if you want to consider it a socialist. But,
I mean, I'm personally doing it for me, but yeah, I mean, America can ride my coattails for sure.
well, I'm doing it for me too. I did it for fucking them. All the taxes that I'm paying. So pay it back a little bit is all. Anyways.
At least fix the roads.
Jesus
Or
Christ.
the bridges, maybe.
Do something. Instead of fucking giving it to Israel.
Well, no,
for Christ's sake.
or just take my guns. Yeah, you could just spend it there too. That would be cool.
Piss me the fuck off.
Coming full circle with it.
Yeah. Continue. Move on.
No, I don't want to beat a dead horse here. Like I said, we could go on many of these topics and subtopics, but what is this one? Oh yeah. So the eclipse that's coming up.
Yeah, I'm actually real excited
a
for it.
lot of conspiracy theories online out there about it.
There's a lot of retards online. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Well, it's 90% of them.
Holy
yes,
fuck!
But some of them make good points. Some
Sure.
have legitimate points, and not that they're correct or true, but just interesting things. Interesting ways to think about stuff.
For one, I'm very excited for the eclipse. I saw the one in 2000. Was it 16? Maybe
I think it was
somewhere around that era.
It was like 10 or 12 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, it was somewhere like 14, 15, 16, somewhere around that era. And I remember seeing it. It was fucking awesome. But I'm big. I'm kind of big gay about it. I love aviation. I love astrology. Yeah. I love the cosmos, like all those things.
Well, I don't want to talk about astrology. We just talked about this before the podcast.
We did a little bit, yeah.
Not that I'm a middle-aged.
I think it's cool stuff.
Not a middle-aged white woman over here, but
no,
spinster. But
middle-aged white man, if anything.
I mean, I'm black from the waist down, but yeah.
Spinster or spinstress? Are you
both? I don't know what you would. I don't think there's a male. You can't have a male spinster. That's a bachelor. Like.
Well, yeah, he's living his best.
That's
life.
what he's living his best life right now.
He's not sad and depressed.
I'm telling you, there is a social like time, and like you gotta, as a woman, you gotta get married and to a wealthy man and have those kids. That's your best strategy if you are attractive. If you're not, then then you got to start doing some other stuff. But as a man, you have to provide some sort of value, But as a woman, you don't really have to do that.
Well, yeah, it's funny you say that because you can be the ugliest dude.
Not that this has anything to do with the solar
you're
eclipse.
right. Let's move
Trying
past
to stay on topic.
Yeah, I'm bad at it. So yeah, let's talk about the solar eclipse. Coming up here.
I just think it's standard nothing
next
burger,
Tuesday?
or maybe I think it's the 8th.
2 Tuesdays then.
So, but the National Guard's being deployed, and I can see that because there's a lot of also calls for terrorist attacks right now after what happened in Moscow and shit. Like I just called on the last podcast, they're going to ramp up the Islamic terror aspect, and it's Easter weekend. Like,
it's a holy day, It's a holy
for Christians
because
they're going to start attacking Christians now because that's
they've done it before. They'll do it again. They attack anybody that's not them.
Well, the Jews mostly.
Well, yeah, they hate them the most.
Well, yeah, naturally. I mean,
but they hate everybody, but they just hate them the most.
Well, yeah, but the problem is because we're good friends with them. That's it's not the problem. That's the problem in that situation. For them at least, like that's a problem.
Yeah. It is. It's a huge problem.
It's a big problem. It's one big problem. Anyways, so yeah, I don't know what like I said, it's just very suspect. Be careful out there, everybody. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you go look at it, like if you're in a public place, just keep your wits about you. If you see something, say something.
You should
be careful. Be safe.
You should be safe in this regard. I mean,
all the time.
Obviously this weekend, yeah, but all the time, like any
saying,
public setting.
Like I said, I think there's going to be a terrorist attack, and it's prime time. The eclipse, there's going to be a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
Like, something's going to happen. I'm just...
Mind your P's and Q's.
I'm not calling it, but I'm calling it.
Scan your area.
I'm a betting man, and I think this is 50-50 is what I'd give it.
We'll see, man. I mean, I'll tell you what. It ain't the first, and it won't be the last. So if one happens, I'm not going to be surprised.
Eclipse-wise, maybe I'll wait the next 40 years till we get the next one.
How is it 40? Is this
There's a whole thing of the path of everything, bro. Come on, it's
Oh, that's true.
the Earth isn't flat, dude.
Well, it could be.
Well, yeah, I know you believe that, but I don't want to.
I put a 6-foot level on my driveway, and it's flat.
And my cock was still longer. How do you explain that, liberals?
You are retarded.
I don't think that was, like I said, Ken's a little shy about it, but he saw it. He measured
The
it.
Earth's not flat. I'm just obviously.
Well, yeah, because our experiment proved it.
Which one was that?
The one where you got the level out, and
I never did that. Nah, you're just that's your homoerotic fantasies.
Well,
dude.
we'll get to the Diddy story. We're coming to
this.
that.
We didn't even finish this. So they're
I don't know.
deploying the National Guard.
Yeah, because like I said, I can see it. Also, allegedly, they said some cell phone outages may happen, but I mean, there's also been cyber attacks and shit. Like the crazy thing, what if it was a coordinated attack? All your cell phones go down, and then somebody gets blasted or something happens. Like very much mass chaos.
Sure. Yeah. Loss of technology in this day and age is
It's
more than
people
just an
freak-
inconvenience.
Well, that's the other thing. Even if everybody sees the solar eclipse, all your cell phones go out. Like people are retarded. They're like, I can't get home.
Right? Because
How am I gonna
they use GPS to go where they wanted to go, and they can't find their way back home.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Like I even if I go somewhere I've never been, I know the general which direction I'm going on a compass and where I need to go to get back, and I relatively know the.
Well, it's situational awareness, and well, talking about terrorist attacks too, but in everything, if you're just more situationally aware, if you understand that, hey, if I get into your primal brain,
being prepared,
right? It's your primal brain. It's like if I go somewhere and I've never been before, I should know how to get back, right? You
absolutely.
should just know.
As men, we have that ability. I don't know if women have. I'm not a woman, so I can't speak.
I don't know that.
I think some of them have great.
5'11s are hugging.
They don't have any spandex in them.
Oh, they do, but I'm
not enough.
I'm in a very predicament or a very tight position.
Are you bulking right now? Are you cultivating mass?
I'm about to harvest pretty soon because I have a wealth of mass that needs to be.
Yeah, your crop is ready to be harvested.
Anyways,
I was gonna burp there, but it was like I was gonna do it directly into the microphone. Like, what am I doing? It's receded.
You should have. I farted in a mic. What episode was that? Now that was before video.
8 or 9. It was like 8 or 9. No, it was really. I mean, it was hilarious. It was the quintessential fart. But, anyways, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. I think nothing's gonna happen. Is really what I think. It's 50-50 for me. It's terrorist attack, or nothing's gonna happen. Maybe now that I'm talking about it, maybe 25-75.
And again, like
isolated.
I said,
it's also going to be isolated, relatively speaking.
Yeah, like I said earlier, if it does, I'm almost not impressed as if it doesn't happen because I'm so used to it happening.
I'm used to it happening.
Which is a sad thing to say.
It's election year, so this shit is like, the odds are better.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
For me, at least, in my experience, my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Anyways, I'm probably not even going to go. I'm not even going to fucking look at it, to be quite honest.
I am. I'm excited about it. Come up here. I have welding goggles.
No, I can just look at it with my eyes.
You can.
Trump did it. I can do it.
you actually, I looked at the last one.
I think it's good for you. There's a lot of conspiracy theories online that, you should be staring into the sun. I'm not even fucking joking. And it might be true. I don't know.
What? No.
It's only at certain times of the day, like twilight and shit like that. But I think it might be.
We need more information before
you tell us, listeners. I mean, like I said, there's some weird fucks out there. I'm sure.
Well, I know if you sun your butthole, that's supposed to be.
Well,
good
that's what
for
I'm
you.
saying. Like, in your balls. That's, just be careful.
Wow. Yeah, I do have.
So the eclipse is probably a bad time to do that, depending on where you're at.
Yeah, it is. I have.
You're not going to get full coverage.
I have welding goggles. If you want to come up and check it out.
Nah.
I'm going to check the shit out of it. It's going to be awesome.
Nah.
Did you see the last one?
Of course I did.
It gets dark for like.
It wasn't really good here.
No, but it was still. It
was still noticeable.
Oh yeah.
But I just don't. I don't. Like I said. I'm
now
I'm split between.
If you head up north of here,
Erie's supposed to be where it's the best.
Yeah, but
The
now
direct path.
we're
allegedly.
around that vicinity. We got to drive a little bit, but
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
We're still you're gonna get a good show. I can see it. I don't really, like I said, I don't fucking give a shit.
I think it's going to be around this time
Oh,
Eastern,
wait,
around probably 3 p.m. though.
Speaking of conspiracy theories, this
Yeah.
leads us into the next story that we
Yeah.
have. The next story that we have, leading us into that.
You mean you want me to pull it up?
No, I didn't. Ken, can you please pull up the next story? Thank you.
That's what this one.
Thank you. Oh yeah, this is also in conspiracy theory land in direct relation to this, but it's also kind of weird. Okay, so allegedly now there's this disease or something, this psychosis going around, this condition where people start to see demonic faces in people. This is supposedly a very rare disease or condition, whatever it is. I don't know if it's psychological or like. I think it's psychological.
I'll tell you my theory. Continue. I'll tell you my theory.
Let me set the groundwork. So allegedly, these people are starting to see demonic faces or contorted, twisted, like very out of the ordinary faces. Demonic is how they describe it. And so some of the conspiracy theories online is that the solar eclipse. They're prepping you for. There's going to be the demons amongst us will not be able to hide themselves from certain people after this.
That is the weirdest shit.
And the craziest. Well, the weird thing about it is that motherfucker's not real, lady.
Yeah, right.
Like all like the shit like that happened. It's like, bro, it's very suspect. That why is the news talking about this? Like what's the predictive programming here of telling people that, yeah, you might see some demon faces, but it's all cool. Like you just got this very rare disease that we really have nobody's talked about it until like right now, you know, or condition, whatever the fuck it is.
You know what I think it is?
What?
My theory.
Go ahead.
Because I've done.
You've done the research.
No, not necessarily true. I've just seen a couple things or a couple articles.
Yeah.
But are you familiar with the uncanny valley?
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
In plain sight.
Do you want to explain that to listeners? Because you got to explain it if you're going to talk about it.
Right. So the uncanny valley.
And I'm going to correct you.
Is basically once technology starts to create humanoid or like robot, like what would you call that? Like type of humanoid, I guess is the best thing.
Keep
Android.
Going. This is not how I would explain it at all, but keep going. Because you're kind of explaining it wrong. You're starting at the far end, but yeah.
But the closer that you get to something that's real, but it's actually not real, a biological human is like has severe discomfort and sees it in a.
Can I explain this way better than you're doing it? Because I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's very interesting. There's a lot of weird shit out there about it, and like people have talked about it, research. But the uncanny valley is, there's a deep primal instinct in all humans that something that's so close to human but not, your body like recognizes that as a threat. Like if you look at a graph, as you get more human towards up and to the right, it goes up and then down from a trust perspective, like right in the middle and then back up once you can tell it's a human. Very strange like reaction that people have to something that they think that appears human, but you know is not.
And I guess it doesn't have to be specifically a robot.
No, because people talk about it in like the Bigfoot and the alien communities. Like, well, because this is the other thing is the universal sign for people that don't know is the wave, right? Like you wave at people. There's a theory that the I think this goes back
how
to
you
the
wave?
Nephilim thing. No, is you have 5 fingers, right, on your hand. It's a way to show other people that I have 5 fingers, I'm a human instead of 3 or 4. Depending on if you're talking about like the Nephilim or whatnot, you know, if you want to go down that road.
Well, anyway,
so something that appears very human, but you can tell is not, is supposed to be deeply concerning. It's a natural instinct that people have. It's very, very weird.
That's
why is it that was ingrained in our biology at one point in time. And
why are we programmed to have that reaction?
They say they think it's because of the Neanderthals when we existed back then, because they were humans, but they were much larger and like you can tell that's a person, but I know they're gonna try to kill and eat me.
Sure, yeah.
You know, is the idea. I think the historical idea.
That's my theory on this. Maybe that they're deploying some sort of things.
I mean, it could be standard MK Ultra.
Maybe. Oh, that's. I mean,
Well,
there's so
that's
many
more
things
of
it
like
could
we're
be.
gonna get into that because that's more of like the Hollywood shit. I think MK Ultra, and it is connected to that if you look back in the 70s. But
Yeah,
But yeah,
I don't know.
I can see that people, but this is not necessarily uncanny valley. This is you physically. I've seen you my whole life. I've known you. One day you're going, something about your appearance is going to freak me the fuck. Like your mouth is going to be too large or something, and it's going to. I might not say anything to you about it. Like I might be sitting here talking to you, and I may never bring it up, but I'll never talk to you again. Like I'm gonna ghost you so hard.
yeah, you're out of here.
you
Yeah,
know?
I would do the same to you.
No, I wouldn't. I'd be like, what the fuck, dude? You look like shit.
What's
The
wrong
fuck?
with your face, dude?
You're a clone. I'd be like, you're a clone. You have to be a clone.
Like, nah, dude, let's go party.
Yeah, dude, that's me. That's me right there.
Well, if anything, I'm this dude. He's got that.
I mean, he
like,
looks like he parties.
he's that Reagan
He
sort
looks
of
like
look.
he parties. No, it's like fucking Dennis when he peeled his face off. Trying to be fucking Clark Kent.
Oh yeah.
That's what it looks like. Would you wear a mask of me?
Oh, of course.
That's pretty cool, right?
Well, anyways, we'll see.
Anyways,
There's some
it's-
weird shit gonna happen.
Yeah, well, I don't think
Sounds
it's going
like-
to happen, but it's just
Might.
this is all just.
That's why Derek hasn't come by anymore.
Maybe he is one of these guys.
He sees the devil in all
I'll
of us.
blast him, dude. I'll blast him if I see him.
Give him something to be afraid about.
We'll give him something to talk about. I'm just kidding. I would never.
What's the? Derek's a good man. He might
He is.
actually come.
If
up
he shows
tonight.
up tonight, I'll be surprised. What's the next article we got?
Ooh.
Oh, okay. We're going to
Oh,
Diddy.
bum, bum, ba-da-da, bum,
Oh.
bum, ba-da.
You got to make it pop. Some Cambodian breast milk would really do it for me right now. Maybe a sugar cookie.
There's some allegations against the
I
great.
think. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'd say the great Mr. Diddy himself.
So everybody knows who P Diddy is. Famous.
Probably not.
Artist,
The Gen
producer.
Z probably doesn't.
No, everybody should know. Famous artist, producer, rapper. Started way in the beginning. I think built his own record label, I believe. But anyway, so P Diddy, he's on the lam for some sex crimes and human trafficking. Is
Is he
what?
on the lamb?
Oh yeah. Well, I think they
Like
caught,
he's running?
I think they caught him now. They
Oh.
caught, bro. The other thing is like this mugshot. You got to look at it. Like it kind of,
pull
it
it
looks,
up.
it looks very similar to him, but it does not. He doesn't have the moles and shit. Like it's very weird. He could have got them removed, and people's faces change over time and angles and whatnot. Obviously,
Yeah, people change.
yeah. But so and he is caught allegedly. I believe he's in custody.
Wow,
I
what do
think-
you do?
I think.
What do you do?
Well, allegedly he diddled a lot of people, kids, really blackmailed people, sex trafficking.
He doesn't look like the type of guy that would do that.
Why would you say that?
Look at him.
What do you mean?
He's just clean cut.
Famous, rich,
Famous?
in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Has a lot of leverage over people, right?
I don't know anybody in that industry that would do that.
Well, not like Harvey Weinstein.
I heard he had like scars on his cock or something. He had like some sort of
Botched circumcision.
something. That's
what it was.
Well, that was how I think it put him away because all
what
these
put him
women
away.
were able to
They were
describe like how his cock looked perfectly.
There's that Chappelle Show skit when they're talking about identifying Michael Jackson's cock on the witness stand. Very funny. You guys should go watch it. Classic Dave Chappelle. I mean, he's the GOAT, but
oh yeah.
of our generation, I think. But
yeah.
he was replaced when he went to Africa. Naturally, it's clone now. But if you want to get into the conspiracy side of things,
Got cloned up. Well, no, he came back and he popped just as hard with his
his roids.
his tranny bit on his last special.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I mean, like I said, if anybody is confused about that, I mean, Dave Chappelle was the whole bit was. Well, there was the transgender bit before, but then he was like, I knew somebody who's transgender, and here's the story, and they killed themselves. So I'm not really talking about that. I'm very well aware, though.
Sure. So
I'm not, because I mean, Ken hasn't transitioned yet, but he's getting there. You know.
no, if anything, I'm just
If
gonna,
anything, they're going to give you one of these. Oh no. Where is
What
it?
the fuck?
They're gonna give you one of those. A standing ovation.
Get the fuck off that soundboard.
He's getting his bottom surgery soon. It's coming.
No, I'm not doing that.
Diddy's doing it. Diddy's doing it in prison.
I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm just doing drag only. I want to be a man by day, a woman by night.
That's perfectly fine. Like, perfectly fine.
Look at me in stilettos.
You just can't read to kids, is what I'm saying.
I would never want to because
because that's not why you're doing it. It's very sexual.
it's sexual. So, and I'm not sexually attracted to kids.
Speaking of P. Diddy and being sexually attracted to kids and having sex with underage women, men, etc.
I was going to say based.
So P. Diddy, I don't know if he's still on the lam or not. I think they caught him, but I'm not sure, or if they let him go while they booked him. Maybe he's on bond. I don't know. But anyway, so his jet flew out. They intercepted the jet because he was allegedly on it. Then they caught him somewhere else, I think. Whole bunch of shit. I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying this has been known in the music industry, number one, and the entertainment industry. And number two, people have been saying this for years about Diddy. Like, 50 Cent has been calling him out for like the past 15 years.
He's been a weird fucker.
Yes. Like, you heard, I mean, I'm sure everybody by now has seen the whole, like, I think he's on Drink Champs or whatever. He's talking about how Diddy was saying, like, let me take you shopping. Like, it's on me. Like, let's just go shopping, you know? Ken, let me just take you shopping. It's on me. It's cool, dude. It's cool.
I mean, it's hard to turn that down.
Then I'll just drug you and rape your butthole later and take pictures of it and black
It'll
and white for the rest
regenerate.
of your life. Anyway, so we don't know I don't think the extent of this has been discovered yet, but allegedly Diddy's really pedophile, homosexual, all the above. Really nasty guy.
That's a shame.
And it's crazy because people have been talking about this for years now. Like, this should not surprise anybody. And then, like, if you look, because we have some old videos that I want to pull up with him and Justin Bieber, and you think about the language and like what they're saying and the body language and how people, like, just, if you have any emotional intelligence, you'll be able to say, this is fucking weird. Something is fucked up here. And now you know, like, he definitely diddled Justin Bieber's butthole, in my opinion. Can't confirm that, but you know.
Well, let's take a look here at the footage, and you guys can make a discernment, right?
Yeah, they can decide for themselves. I mean, I'm not going to tell you, but I'm going to show you.
Let's go full screen.
Yeah, we'll go full screen. I think this is the first one.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now,
it's a good movie.
48 Hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
I'm telling you.
You know,
This is so uncomfortable.
Custody of him. You know, he signed the Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when
I'm telling you.
he did his first album. I did Usher's first album.
It's crazy.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So
He's like,
I'm telling you, it's so uncomfortable. Like,
we gonna go full
buck wild.
crazy.
buck full. What the fuck?
Crazy. And then play the next one. I'm just so many. It's just,
Sorry about
come
that.
on, man.
We gotta
Come
figure
on,
out this.
man.
I don't want to play this slop.
It's just like uncomfortably in your face, but like at the time, if you have never heard about it, like you wouldn't think about it. But I remember watching these videos back in the day because people would like post me like, "This is weird." Like, right? Diddy's supposed to be a diddler, and he's hanging out with Justin Bieber when he was a kid, and they were like, it's just so weird, you know. And now it's all sort of coming to light. Well, and this is like also, it's kind of like I said, I think this is a big distraction because now the Nickelodeon thing.
Is this the right one? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to play from the beginning though.
I am.
So, man, you good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good? Selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh?
Once Justin Bieber got big.
Hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me.
Trying to get that booty.
You know, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Who's videotaping this?
So uncomfortable. Like,
That's fucking.
let me press you for your phone number so I can rape your little boy butthole again.
I missed it.
Not that maybe Bieber penetrated Diddy. I don't know. Like, if you listen to the accusations, you hear some of the stories. It's fucking crazy, you know.
Bro, that's
Oh, and this is some girl that P. Diddy adopted.
well.
This is probably the most heinous one.
We'll go
honestly.
into
the most
it.
uncomfortable, heinous one.
But I'm more curious, like why and who's filming it, and like why was he there with him? It's like a staged, like we're doing here right now, setting up a tripod for us to talk.
I still think it goes back to the hidden in plain sight. Like I cannot be judged karmatically for something that I made very apparent to you or public to you. We're going to get full buck wild crazy with this kid for the next 48 hours. I have legal guardianship over him. His butthole's mine. And then Ken just does that and just ruins the Diddy party for everybody.
I can't pick it up. We need a.
What are you doing?
I can't pick it up.
What are you fucking doing?
Can you pick up that bottle opener?
Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
My fingernails are too short.
What do you? Oh, yeah, you have bottles. I have cans. I don't know what you're.
Sorry about that. I'm gonna have this hanging, so I don't have to do that anymore. It'll
Smart,
never happen
smart.
again, sir. Anyways, I didn't like the production value of the video alone. Like, why was he in that situation?
In the early 2000s, though. Like that was probably some MTV or like TMZ shit.
They were like, "Oh, here's Diddy and fucking
Justin Bieber."
Well, he wouldn't have been around.
They were both famous back. That was like when Justin Bieber was just the first one was when Justin Bieber was just starting to like become famous.
I don't think he was a thing until at least like
No, that was like
2012.
That was like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was like 2011, 2010, 2012, like that video.
Okay.
That's over 12 years ago, guy.
I guess
now,
so.
that's what I'm saying. Like this is all like shit from when we were kids.
No, but I get it. But why was it being filmed that way at all? Like, why you just put Bieber and Diddy right next to each other?
I
It's
still
like,
think
hey, I miss you.
It comes.
You should call me.
It comes back to I think I have to show this. Like it's hidden in plain sight. I can't be judged for this if I show you what's happening.
Maybe I don't know. I don't get it, but I trust you.
I don't.
So-
I can't. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I think, and you're just not getting it. I guess this is
getting it.
the girl that P. Diddy adopted, live streaming. It's just so fucking uncomfortable and weird. Like,
Is this Instagram?
I think so,
I
or it
can't
might
tell.
be. It might be TikTok. I don't know. It looks like Instagram. It's Instagram. I think
So
this is like old platform.
So something still fairly.
More
newer,
newer.
yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
It's just creepy, dude. You'll see.
Last name. What's your other last name? Eva Baroni.
What's your last name?
Yes,
Oh, it's
it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to story about how I adopted you.
it's terrible.
But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please.
What the? Look how uncomfortable she is. It's like I was on the streets. Papa Combs.
That he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Bro, it's hold on. It is the creepiest fucking shit. And it's all dudes there. Why is it a bunch of dudes there?
I adopted you like Madonna adopted kids
And that's the other thing.
everybody else.
It's
adopted
true.
Kids, Charlize Theron, everybody's ever adopted Sandra Bullock. I adopted you because I felt that you could, enjoy also having a black parent to take care of you, to help you out. So, just clarify because it's crazy out here.
Just clarify. Just clarify.
I got permission from your mother, and to say all of that. Just make it good.
Just for the legal record, for the record. You're not under duress right now.
And then we basically are sisters, all four of us. So. And then I always come over.
Yeah,
Bro, it's
and it's Ava Brioni.
people are like literally prostituting their children is what it sounds like to me.
That is weird as fuck. That's
what
the
I'm
weirdest
saying,
one.
bro. I'm telling you. Shut that down. Come on, man.
Come on.
Fuck's sakes. Like I said, it's just so
We need a Jamie.
so fucking weird. And like I said, if you haven't, people have been talking about this for years, and now it's coming to light. This was a conspiracy theory like 5 to 10 years ago. Like people are like, oh, it's not true. But everybody in the industry is like, oh yeah, Diddy is.
Make sure you say that your mother gave you consent, and
yeah, make sure that you're let them know that I'm helping you. Like this is I have legal guardianship over you, and you're here under your own accord. You were on the streets. You were talking about that. And I took you in. I was a nice guy. And, child trafficked you, and it's not a big deal. And I paid your parents off.
That video is disgusting.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's
the
like
first other ones are just weird.
We're
with Bieber.
joking about it, but it's literally disgusting. Like it makes me want to. I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, it just makes your blood boil. And I mean, someone could kill a man, over something like that.
Oh, I'm saying,
and like I said, somebody will get killed for that because Diddy's probably gonna get Epstein. Let's be real.
Oh yeah.
He's got too much dirt on too many people. He's gonna fucking get killed in jail. They're gonna. I mean, like I said, I still think they're using this as a distraction, but I'm sure it's. He knows too much, and he flew a little too close to the sun, Icarus.
Burned his cock off. Getting too close to the sun.
If you listen to the stories, it's him getting blown out, him blowing dudes out. Women, it's disgusting.
A deviant.
Absolutely. But like I said, but no, there's no pedophilia or anything weird in Hollywood. That's just, not at Nickelodeon or anything that's going on over there or Disney. Like,
do you remember the old Nickelodeon logo was literally a foot?
Yeah.
It was a big foot.
Well, no, because that was based. Because then, the nose with the flag in it. Like, there was a lot of.
That was pretty based.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Back when, they hid the child, pedophilia stuff. Like, when they hid it, at least it was way cooler, because then it was entertaining.
Now
it's not just in your face.
Sight.
Yeah, But I digress. Anyway, so Diddy's on the run. Probably, I think he's going to get killed in jail. Is what I think.
I think he knows too much.
I think he does.
He's pretty powerful
because they raided all his houses, like all of them. Because he's a big. The other thing is bro, people don't understand how rich P Diddy is. Like he's one of the OGs, like a Jay-Z almost.
Yeah.
People don't understand how wealthy he is.
That 90s hip hop upcoming.
He allegedly killed Tupac and Biggie too. I don't want to get into the details.
Interesting. I'd like to hear about
there's,
that.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories out there, but from that era,
Huh.
Vern would know.
Oh, he would know, yeah. That's crazy shit. We'd get him back on.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway, so yeah, P. Diddy, we'll see what happens.
Kid Tutser.
And just
confirmed.
General, well, not confirmed, but I mean, if the police raid all of your houses,
they're going to find something.
You try to flee the country, and people have been talking about this for years. It's like, yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire,
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
You should see I didn't pull up the video, but there's TMZ's all outside of his house after it's getting raided. And his neighbor comes out. And it's these two black dudes in this Bentley. And the dude's hanging out the window he's crazy. He's bussing people in here all hours of the night. There's buses coming at 3 a.m. I see kids getting off and shit like that. He's when I'm playing basketball and my fucking basketball goes over there, he's I don't even go over there. I just get a new basketball.
No shit.
It was well, don't tell him that you're his neighbor. I mean, you're gonna get raided next.
Oh, you're gonna yeah. Oh yeah.
Also allegedly
you suicided.
A lot of tunnel accusations over there in that neighborhood of L.A. to the Playboy Mansion.
From what I understand,
from where all the famous bachelors, quote unquote, used to live, the Hollywood, the famous Hollywood people back in the 60s, 70s.
Well, L.A.'s a shithole now.
It's always been. Well, it used to be. It used to be beautiful.
Been.
It used to. When California used to be well, I mean, it still is a beautiful state, but
it is. Yeah.
Before it was super populated and shit and blown out. I mean, it was always expensive, but
the people with money now are leaving, going to Austin and ruining that place.
I don't want to pay the taxes.
Yeah.
That's why people are fleeing, but.
Yep. What do you do?
Well, we'll talk.
Leave them out of this state.
Well, we'll talk about some bridges. I mean, because
we are the city of bridges, so
yeah. Baltimore's trying to steal our thunder. I think. I don't know. I don't know how much time we have left. I don't know if we can really fully explore the story, but.
Oh, we got time. It'll be the last segment.
So we'll keep it somewhat brief then. So this fucking ship blasted the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore. Big bridge that goes over the bay there.
Yeah, it's a huge bridge.
And so everybody's like, this was an accident. This was not a terrorist attack. This was not anything intentional, even though like
I sent you a link that said ISIS was claiming it.
Yeah, but they claim everything though.
You must not saw the link.
What?
Never mind. I'll talk to you off air about it.
I didn't. What would you say? I mean, sometimes I don't click on everything everybody sends.
Apparently, no one did. Then I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you right now.
Derek,
I can't.
Derek will click on it. Well, bring it up. Bring it up.
I can't. My phone is recording the video.
Oh damn. Anyway, so this big tanker ship hit the bridge. It came down.
It fell to its fucking face.
Yeah, well, it's an old bridge. It makes sense. I'm not saying that there's anything fishy about the bridge collapsing when a barge rams into it.
I don't know how heavy it is, but that's a heavy unit.
It's hundreds of thousands, I bet thousands of tons.
Plus, with hydraulic force behind it.
That's what I'm saying.
The water.
It don't stop. It's a solid weight. When a unstoppable force meets an immovable object, but it was very movable. We discovered.
Oh yes.
Anyway, so the bridge collapsed. Unfortunately, lots of people died. But there's a lot of conspiracy.
Not many, luckily, and thank God.
Yeah, I think it was about 8.
Yeah.
It's still
it's sad
tragic.
and tragic. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's something that should never have happened. But anyway, so this port is actually fairly significant in the subject of U.S. exports, and 2 of our like fast, like rapid Navy response ships, the only 2 we have, are stuck in port now. And there's some Russian ships heading over to the Red Sea right now.
Why?
So it really, really just makes you wonder, was this an accident? This is a really strategic point infrastructure wise. And
well, a lot of Chinese imports on the East Coast, right?
No.
Most of them.
West Coast.
Well, I know
West Coast.
when I look at all like my Chinese excavators and stuff, all the ports are
Yeah.
New York.
I'm not saying they don't come over this way. I'm just saying I bet they're
Majority west?
mostly on the west because it's closest to China.
Interesting. Well, I just didn't know how popular. I'm trying to correlate, see if there was.
I think there's more on the West Coast, but this is, like I said, we don't really import over. This is more export, at least this port specifically.
I see.
Also, that road, it's like 45% of toxic waste in the United States
goes over
that road. It's really interesting.
Well, there was toxic waste on this vessel. Did you hear that too?
Yeah, but I mean,
it broke open into the water as usual.
Yeah, but I mean it's sort of Baltimore though.
They are the toxic waste.
Yeah, I mean, if you've ever been to the Bay over there,
Oh, I've been to Baltimore.
It is nice, but it's such a weird thing to happen. Now it's like it was a complete accident. You look at the video and like they dropped anchor. Like if the ship wouldn't have done anything, it would have been fine. But they dropped anchor and like tried to reverse hard and like pointed it directly at the fucking. It's just very suspect.
It looks like a direct hit, intentional direct hit.
And then the black box, of course, of the ship, because the power went out. The power miraculously went out right before it hit the bridge. And the black box didn't have any of the inputs of the ship or anything for like 2 minutes before the impact.
But that's not how those devices work. They work on their own battery source.
No, Ken, no, they lost. It's lost. I don't know what to tell you.
Fucking retards.
Yeah, it's gone.
That data, no matter what,
and then
is stored and has its own.
We're not going to talk about the Ukrainian guy that was driving the sub, and then they scrub him from the logbooks. It's just a lot of suspect stuff about it. It just something don't seem.
Some stinks.
There's also no tugboats. Like normally, because these big ships, they can't turn on a dime.
Of course not.
So normally they have tugboats assisting them. Like you see it on the rivers all the time, all the coal barges and shit. They have tugboats assisting them or pushing them, like keeping them on, not running into the bridges.
Might be a badass job, actually.
I mean, I'd get drunk and do it. But
a sailor also.
Well, yeah, you can. I mean, maritime law doesn't apply to me out here on the water.
Right.
And we're kind of on the water right now. But anyways, there was no tugs assisting this ship through the harbor, which is pretty, I think, standard procedure. There's a lot of, I'm sure there's bullshit out there online about it. But, from the videos I've watched, it's just suspect. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like it.
I don't like it, especially with the whole war seeming to be heating up over there in not only the Ukraine, but in Israel. Like,
I thought there was Indian people on that boat.
oh, it was an Indian crew. It was a Taiwanese vessel, Indian crew. The other thing is, all these boats don't necessarily follow the same laws that we have here in the United States. Of
course not.
They're all foreign companies. And like, there's a
how
lot
do
of
you think aviation works,
import
too?
export shit. Yeah, same thing with
Yep.
the port. Is essentially you can ship that boat could be full of cocaine coming in.
Yeah.
And it's just, where is it getting unloaded is the question.
Well, that, like, the only thing is when you have foreign aviation, like, excuse me, obviously we have airplanes that fly in from other countries that are operators from other countries. They have their own FAA, if you will, right? And I use that in quotation marks. It's their own version of the FAA. They have to meet minimum standards to be able to fly into this country safely, or into this port, which is an airport. But other than that, their aircraft doesn't have to conform to the same safety. It doesn't have to conform to the same regulations or anything. It just has to have whatever the basic requirements are of the FAA. And I can't bring that up for you right now without being wrong. But
2 wings.
can it fly? It flew in. That's what we say, dude.
Flew in. It's flying out.
Yeah, it comes in. We got a shitty bird that comes into the hangar, and we got to fix it. And they go, "Holy fuck, this thing's shit!" Like, I'm not working on this.
Oh yeah.
I'm not putting my name on that. And they go, "Hey, flew in, it'll fly out." You know what I mean? So let it go. Not my problem.
Not my problem.
It happens a lot, unfortunately, in the industry. It's like you see something, you're like, who the fuck's been working on this? I'm not putting my name on it. But anyway,
So
yep.
what was it? Terrorism, cyber attack? Was this intentional?
Was it
The
just
United States? Who knows? Who knows what the fuck? It's just very suspect.
Yep.
I don't know all the angle. I mean, we could go through all. The
It
angles,
literally
but
could just be a freak accident.
absolutely. It no, I don't want to say most likely is just from timing and everything. This time, like, it's just suspect, and especially with like the assets that are there and like strategically, it's suspect.
Right.
It could be an accident. It's very. I mean, I'd say 50%.
There's a better picture too.
Yeah, like I said, it really. And then people are all saying like, "Oh, they blew the bridge up and shit." I'm like, I don't. It's an old fucking suspension bridge.
This is where we go back to what I said earlier in the show: is that 90% of fucking people are retarded.
Yeah.
On
Well,
the
no,
internet.
like I said, you see, there's electrical, like, because you look at the video.
Right there, you can see it right fucking there.
Well, no, I'm saying you in the video, like, you see, like, obviously there's shit that's arcing as the parts and pieces of the bridge are falling. And
They
collapsing.
lost power 3 different times, then they got it back, and they could have did this. But the average internet keyboard warrior doesn't realize what it takes to operate any machinery,
Yeah,
let alone this
a ship.
vessel.
Yeah.
You know, but just you get into a situation or predicament, it's too far gone. You get behind the machine. You
I'm
can't.
jumping ship.
Oh, well, I'd stay on that. You're fine. I get one of
I'm
the
going to
shipping
get towards
containers.
the back. I'm going to get towards. Well, I'm going to start stealing some shit, obviously.
Well, there's probably some good Chinesium in there.
No, that's American shit coming out of the port, dude.
Oh, that's fucking export.
Come on.
You've already told me that,
That's
yeah.
the other thing is also huge economic impact because they can't clear this for 2 months. All the shit that comes out of that port, we don't get to sell.
Huh.
It has to go elsewhere. It's a whole fucking mess. And then Biden's like, and we're gonna pay, the fucking government's gonna pay for it.
Well, shit.
We're not gonna have an insurance investigation in to see what happened here.
I didn't think
the
about
government's
this.
just gonna pay for it. You know, it's no big deal. We'll just keep it moving, guys.
So those containers, we have a shipping container at work that's attached to our hangar. They're
Yeah.
pretty big.
Yeah, some of them are 10,000. Well, not 10,000 square feet, but I think 1,000 square feet.
You could live out of
is the
one of
average.
them.
Yeah.
But just to give you an idea of
I
this
mean, I'd
picture
get a
here.
double wide, but yeah.
So if this is American export, there's a good chance that that's full of gold and night vision and weapons going directly to Israel.
Well, that's the other thing is very possible. And, you know, Ukraine is the other thing. It's all that shit. And that's, I think, also, I don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I think it goes through the Black Sea is where a lot of our military aid goes through. I don't know for sure. I don't
I'd
know
have
all the
to-
supply
I'd have to
lines.
look-
We could
yeah.
probably figure it out if we looked online. I'm speculating here, but
Yeah.
that would, I think, the same thing.
Nice shades, by the way. You still going through that collection you got?
No.
Those aren't the collection?
This is all me, dude.
You had a big collection of shades.
I've never had. I wear the same sunglasses every podcast.
Oh, that's strange. Maybe I'm not.
Are you noticing something?
I don't notice anything.
100%. Christ is king. I don't want to bring that story up, but it's the anti-Semitism claims of some people are. It's getting a little ridiculous now.
It is. It's getting ridiculous that we're not ending this show, I guess. So,
Like I said, Christ is King, 100%.
happy Easter to everybody.
Like I said, the Lord's gonna rise. That's it's all this stuff. It's
Neil, not so much, but me. I'm a believer in the Christian faith.
what are you talking about? I was raised.
He
Catholic.
hates it. He
I
says
was raised
that-
Catholic.
He says that
I'm more agnostic, but I think there is a God. There definitely is a God. And it very well could be the Son.
he's a
Jesus
godless
Christ, the Son of
heathen.
Man.
We'll just end it at that, and he'll burn in hell, and then I'll be up there in the at the pearly gates and looking down on him and trying to reach for him. And
Does God allow sodomy?
it depends. It's all situational.
Yeah, you're gonna have to ask him that question. You're gonna have to specify. You're like, can you specify before we continue?
No.
Well, because you might burn up as soon as you step foot in there.
He spoke to me directly and said, "For you, my son, it's acceptable. It's not.
Oh, he said it's acceptable.
It's
for you.
tolerated.
Okay.
It's not. It's not
Okay.
encouraged, but it's tolerated.
It's like Muslims; they can eat pork and drink. It's tolerated, but not all the time.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah,
Just don't. Don't go.
That's a religion I could get behind. You getting blown out.
Don't go full like, blown apart.
Napoleon.
Yeah, like don't get like blasted.
Napoleon. I'm trying to end the podcast.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. All right. So, anyways, folks, check us out on the live.
Oh yeah,
if
we're
you
gonna
can
go
tonight.
live tonight. If you can, I think it's gonna be a bunch of randos like it was last time, but it was a good time.
We had a good time doing it, man. It's fun, and the
Tractor
more that
ride.
we grow with some followers, and I don't know, just have fun with us. That's all.
I
At
mean,
the end of the day.
you can watch us grow. I'm gonna get bigger, stronger. Ken's gonna get wider.
But also stronger.
Well, yeah, like I said, naturally, naturally you do.
We will see you folks soon, and I hope you join us in the live. Love you. Bye.